fully upgraded Heritage Super Tours. Hello there everybody and welcome to Opafet Gaming. I am the Opafet. We are driving a Nissan Skyline GTR Group A car in our semi-pro season in Grid Legends. We're driving it in a Heritage Super Tours fully upgraded race through the streets of Havana on the Paseo de Marti track. We're doing 5 laps. We're driving at sunset with semi-clear skies, a few wispy clouds around the outsides, and we start at 14th of 22. Now these laps are decent length. They're going to take a little while to do, but it's a chaotic and very fast race. So you've got to, starting at number 14, which was absolutely wonderful, instead of 22 for a change. We're already halfway through the pack, so we're in the middle of the pack. So what you'd like to do, whenever you're in 14th or 15th, cut it in half, and that's where you'd like to be at the end of the first lap. So we'd like to be around 7th or 8th after 1 or 2 laps. Because it's 5 laps, we can pretty well take the first lap and kind of get reacquainted with the track and see how the cars are going to drive. Now we know that there's a few nice straight sections like this one right here, and if you're behind somebody right, as you come around the corner, you can usually catch 2 or 3 cars napping at the beginning of the race. A little less, and he took himself out, and so did those 2 guys as I got sideswiped. Now this is Grid Legends, like I said, and they do like to bump and rub and have a little bit of contact, so the race is a little wild, and when you hit the curbs, you bounce around a little bit too. So let's hope it settles down a little bit after that, because that was a pretty wild there. But it's usually a little wild when there's too many cars in a small area where you're bouncing off each other, whatever. So, and we've kind of cleaned that up, because now we've only got 8 cars left in front of us, and we got lots of room in front of us so we can see where the cars are. And there's nobody to well, there's one car that's half a second behind us, or sorry, no, he's half a second in front of us. The car behind us is over a second behind us. So, we can pretty well, we've got lots of room. We don't have to worry about anybody hitting us from behind, and we don't have to worry about getting hit by anybody from in front, or maybe some flying car parts like the hood or something. But we do got to keep an eye out in case anybody does flip or spin out in front of us. We want to make sure that they don't take us out too. In the meantime, this here track is an absolutely awesome track. There's 2 places where it's really great places to pass, nice and straight, and you can really let it go. Most of the corners are nice and free flowing, where you don't have to slow down too much. If you use common sense, use the full width of the track, you can pretty well smoothly fly around. In some of the corners you have to slow right down and use the brake. So there's a little mix of everything. And if you can get ahead, because it is 5 laps, you can start practicing your driving from side to side on the track, using the full width of the track to keep your speed up. Like here, when you come around, cut it short, and now you got this nice straight section where you can blast by a bunch of people, if you have the time and the speed. And you got to watch out they don't block you out, because they do like to try and do that, and when they see you coming, they also like to cut out in front of you. So you can, maybe play some games on them and do as if you're going to pass on the left and then switch and pass on the right. I've done that before and it works very well. Anyhow, we're coming up to the end of our 2nd lap, so we're not even halfway through the race, and we've still got 4 cars to pass. So we're in a very good position. When I get into a spot like this, and we'll have 3 laps left to go, 4 cars to pass. You can see every one of the cars in front of you, so you know they're not going to take off on you, but you are being pushed from behind. Make no mistake about it, because these guys behind you want to get by you, so you do have to keep pushing it. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to push it just a little bit and maybe pass car number 5 and then pass car number 4. We don't need to pass a whole bunch at the same time. We just need to systematically move up as we get closer to the end of the race. So these two guys, they kind of helped me out by moving over for me. So now I'm sitting really well, 3rd place. Only 2 cars left in front of me. This here area, like I said, if you use the full width of the track, you can flow through there pretty good. This corner, you have to brake fairly hard or you're going to overshoot it and run into the guardrail. I know because I've done it many times, you know, but you learn after a while. I guess even the Opafet tends to learn after 10, 15, or 30 or 40 tries. So, and then when we come around this corner here, I do believe is that nice big long, oh no, this is another straight stretch, but not the one I was thinking about, that one with a square where it's a nice really wide track. A lot of these places, they're wide enough to pass, but the cars go so fast that it's really hard. You know, here you have a little bit more width and you can, and it's longer. So when you start ripping, you can get by them. Now, I'm not too worried about getting by this guy. Doesn't really matter as long as he goes fast enough to catch the guy in front of him, because we don't want car number 1 to get away too far, because we got another guy right behind us too. So I want to keep it clean. I don't want to do anything erratic or chaotic, so that's why I didn't pass him there. And I figure, well, I'll wait till we get to the right beside the ocean where there's a nice straight section and we can pass him there. We still got a full 2 laps to go, so we don't have to drive and take any chances. We don't want to drive like that anyhow. That's not our style, and it's not as much fun as if you're driving a nice clean race and beat it that way. So as we're coming along here, now we're on by the seawall here, and this is where we're going to try and we can take him there. So now we've only got 1 guy left to go, and still a full 2 laps to go. But that's deceiving, because we can be behind this guy and we can chase him for a full lap. In no time, that'll be gone. So, you know, just because you're in number 2 doesn't mean you're going to win. But we keep with it. Nobody's ever going to say that the Opafet gave up early, because that we're not going to do. So as we're flowing through these corners, and now we got to be careful when you catch the little corner. You know, as you can see, those little red and white bumper corners are at an angle. Now, if you happen to hit them a little bit too hard with just your outside tires, and you're going around an outside corner, you could lift your one side of the car. Keep that in mind, because that is exactly what's going to happen to the Opafet later on. And boy, I tell you, I've done it before where I've spun a car around and they did a barrel roll. That's how hard I hit it. I can't remember what race it was, but was it this one? Anyhow, here we're along that straight section again, and we could pass him here, but as you can see, this guy is not a slouch. He's going pretty good. So there again, no point in being chaotic and trying to pass him here when we know we've got the straight section by the water. So we'll take our chances there, and if we don't get him there, we've got another opportunity next time. So as we're coming around the corner here, we're going to find out quick enough if we can get him down by the seawall. All right. And we're coming here around the corner. Now we want to catch up to him, because that seawall is nice and straight and long, but you want to be right with him when you get around the corner. You don't want to wait and have to catch him along the seawall before you can pass him. So as we come over here, ooh, now we got to step on it, and you go to the left and watch him try to block you out. We take him on the right, because that's the way we roll in Grid Legends. The Opafet. Oh, and now he's going to try and take us on the outside. See, he's not giving up easily, I'll tell you. He sticks right with it, which is good. I mean, it pushes us to work a little harder, and now we're going to take the lead here, a second ahead of the next guy, and we're going to flow through these corners. Like I said, you can pretty well throttle controller through those, brake over here, step on it again. Then sharp cut to the left with a little brake, step on it again. And we've got ourselves a 2-second lead on Rick Scott behind us. I don't think he's going to catch us anymore. We're getting close to halfway through the track. Whoa! Up on 2 wheels. Remember what I told you? You got to be careful. If I would have hit that a little bit harder, I would have ended up on the roof and the race would have been over for the Obafet. We got lucky on that one. We got lucky and we managed to keep it on 4 wheels. She fell back down. What a race. I really enjoyed it. Havana is one of my favorite tracks to race on in Grid Legends. It's really enjoyable. I do overshoot that corner every once in a while when I'm not paying attention, but hey, that's the way it goes. I can't remember everything, and every once in a while we overshoot. But that's okay. It was a lot of fun. Really enjoyed this one, and I hope you enjoyed it too. If you did, give us a thumbs up. I'd like to see you back here again at OpenFed Gaming real soon. Until the next time, you've been racing with the OpenFed.